Hello, good morning, mga ka-F. So I just woke up now. So the plan for today is December 12th, and I am going, or we're going to Bataviastad. That would be in Lilyland, and that would be another city away from here. I will show you the map here. You can see the map. And did you see it's really messy? So these are the makeup. So I just done putting my makeup on. So I need to get dressed because we need to drive going to Lilyland. See you! So at the moment, that's the temperature outside. So we're heading there. See, it's so cold. So let's go. Just got in the car. So the temperature is like 6, but it feels like 3. It's really cold. 4 rather. So we're going now. So I'm with my boyfriend. So I'll show you the way going there. Oh, at last that we just arrived here in Lilyland, and we're going to this area. It's called Bataviastad. So you might probably asking why there are so many Dutch are, you know, mostly visiting this area. And basically this area is not really that, you know, wow, that most of the Dutch are, you know, visiting here, and they love to visit this area because this is a small place, and this is in between, very close to Almere where I live, and near to next to that is what we call Lilyland, and this is what we call the very famous outlet brand. Any expensive brands, you can find it here. Let's go out. So welcome back, F. So we are here at Lilyland, and I would tell you, or I will tell you what's the history of this city. Basically the city is called Lilyland, and the capital city of the Dutch is called Lilyland. And basically this is not really, most people really love to visit here, but if you're...
The province is Flevoland.
The province...
capital is Lilies.
Okay, the province is Flevoland, and the capital is Lilyland. Now, I will tell you that if you really know, or if you really want to visit here, and this is most likely, mostly there are more in history and land reclamation, and indeed more ancient for naval and history land. So Netherlands. So where are we now? So Lilyland is not that thought of highly as an exciting tourist destination by the Dutch, but if you want to learn more about the history of land reclamation, or indeed more ancient naval and land history, so this is the really nice place to visit in. So Lilyland can surprisingly worthwhile. Visiting Lilyland can also be a solid fun of wildlife and bird watching aficionados, aviation buff, and bargain hunters. So we will try to go inside their bataviastad. So it's so hard. It's so hard to pronounce, but we have to. So it's called. So this is Lily. See, this is Lily. So let's try to see. This is the statue, and this is it, Lily. So it was 1854, so 1950. So this is his statue. See, that's Lily. So I am now inside the museum, and I took this map, and it cost you around 15 euro, but you will be, you know, going to 3 museums. So we are starting here, so we would know all about their history. So for those who really know about the history of this area, so just go along and I will tell you what's the history. So they're talking about their land and the water and everything. So this is the tree that they used before a long time ago.
Shellen en gestorven zijn nomaden. Ze trekken van plek naar plek om te jagen en eten te verzamelen. Dwalen door zompige bossen die omringd worden door drassige gewassen. Van generatie op generatie is doorgegeven hoe zij het beste in de natuur kunnen overleven. Vuur maken, vissen, het verzamelen van fruit en het roosteren of vermalen van hazelnoot. Tijdens de jacht gebruikt Michelle een pijl en boog, zelf gemaakt van taxushout met vlijmscherpe speerpunten van vuursteken. Gespitst op elke beweging en op ieder geluid volgt ze tegen de wind in de sporen van wild. De geweien worden bijen, tanden sieraden, de huid een kledingstuk. Elk deel wordt wel ergens voor gebruikt. Zal het er volgend jaar wanneer ze terugkeert nog staan? De zomer loopt op zijn einde. Het is tijd om verder te trekken.
This is the room of Lilies. Let's try to get inside. It's like a short theater.
Zonder onze dijken zijn wij verloren. Maar het water is sterk. Ja, sterk, maar niet slim. Als het ons ooit zou lukken de afsluitdijk te bouwen, is onze belangrijkste slag genomen.
Ito po yung ship ni Lily. So, lumabas na tayo.
Beloning van 10 gulden wordt uitgeloofd aan den vinder van de lijken van Jan Kistjes Schipper.
This is now the barn in Lilyland, and you can see it here. Like this is like a wooden ship that it was built on those times. So this is the ship, and you can also see here the wooden clogs. This is very famous here. So makikita mo dito yung mga sapatos nila na made of wood. Tapos ito yung mga naiwan dati. So ito yung bangka, ito yung malaking bangka dati. This is the actual, you know, ship during those times. So that's what's inside the museum. It was really a division or explanation about the prehistoric, the modern, the mid, and also the modern times. So I have shown you the different category, the different how they lived before during those times, early times, middle ages, late ages, until up the present. So dyan tayo galing sa loob. So palabas naman tayo, papunta naman tayo sa ibang hindi ko alam, parang museum din ata, pero tinatawag nila na wharf. So you see that? So we're going there. Let's go. So this is their entrance. So we're going to get inside. It's called entry. So we're going to go there to their shipyard. So ito yung shipyard nila. So puntahan natin siya sa loob. So let's put some mask. We need to sanitize our hand because it's, you know, it's a protocol. So punta tayo sa loob. Let's go.
It's a push door.
Okay. You need to push. And ito na yung shipyard. Oops. So follow the arrow. So yeah. construction area. So doon nila ginawa yung bangka nila. So tingnan mo kung that's the actual, you know, view kung paano ginawa ang bangka nila. So hindi tayo pwede makapasok kasi no entry siya, diba? So yan ang barko nila. So dyan nila ginawa. So before, ito yung ano nila, ito na yung after. Yan na siya ang after yung ginawa. Ngayon, lalabas na tayo kung paano ginawa yung barko nila. Let's go! Ito na ang nila. Ito yung gano'n kalaki yung barko nila. Ito siya ginawa. Ito yung actual na barko talaga. So, ito tayo doon. Gano'n kaya ito? Dito kasi sakay. At dyan banda. Let's go there. This is the other ship, so we see it here. Tapos, ito yung ako dyan. Ito yung pagkakaan ko talaga. So, hindi tayo pwede maka-akit dito. Nire-reserve nila kasi. Ito, medyo ng tayo. So, ito yung anchor nila. This is the anchor. This is the anchor. So, here. And, this was the mountain.
This way. Stand on that. And then put your neck in that and your hands in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one down there. Your other hand down there. And then, you know. Bye bye. if you put €1 in here and 5 cents, you know, you will choose an emblem that you want, and if you start it on that emblem, it will make it in the you know,
your album in the shop.
Yeah, you know, then they will create that, you know, like this. And 5 cents is a penny, apparently.
I see. We are now at the souvenir shops, so if you wish to come here, you can buy any of those collectible items so that you can, you know, so that you can still remember when you were here. So there are a lot of things to buy. They have some books, they have some key holders, they have some flags, bonnets, and all other things that you can buy. So this is their phonetic alphabet before, you still remember, and this is the other side is the Morse code. So during those times when they try to say some messages, they're using the phonetic alphabet, and the other side when they try to say some numbers, they can use the Morse code. So this is the way how they transmit their messages before. Mga ka-F, dito na tayo sa loob ng bangka, di ba? So bago ka makapunta, magbabayad ka muna dyan. So ito meron silang tinatawag dito na parang gate nila. So iscan mo muna yung binayaran mo bago ka makapasok. Of course, walang free dito sa Netherlands. So punta na tayo sa loob.
Oh yeah, if I remember correctly, they used that to dump on the rope to wipe their ass.
Really?
Yeah.
So wait, I will do that. Okay, during their times when they're about to poo, kasi nahihirapan sila, dito sila uupo at saka kukunin nila dito sa rope yung ano nila, yung pag parang gusto na nilang kumain. So uupo ka lang dito ng ganyan at saka tayo ka na. Okay, so yung after na ba?
You know, go that way.
This is it.
You know, I don't want stuff to suddenly break underneath my feet.
Stop the video. I will make my own sense that I can.
Ik ben maar gewoon een soldaat hoor. Wie baas is er nou? Ik ben naar Groningen, uit Winschoten. In mijn woonplaats was weinig werk. Er is veel armoede, weet je. En de VOC biedt goede kansen. Zeker voor een gezonde, sterke jonge man als ik.
Going down, you know.
So I was really correct because during because earlier I went there and I saw a lot of things there, and then I was telling myself, these are the cargoes that they had before.
Right. Yeah,
I was correct. But I wasn't confirming if I was correct, but I was correct.
You're absolutely correct.
I was right.
And the closer you know is those tarpaulins, because when the weather is rough, there's a lot of seawater inside here.
Yeah.
So they have to really close it down like this. And sometimes if the weather was nice, they open it up a little bit so there's more fresh air downstairs. You know, the low hold. 25 young people, you know, still sitting there, lying there, rolling there.
So the maximum can what do you call this? Can be what do you call this? Can be get inside the ship is 300.
No. There were. No, I mean the theoretical maximum is much more. You can be 1,000 people eventually. But for the ship handling, you need about 150 people, 175 people. The soldiers on board were only to be exported, carried from the Netherlands to Indonesia to protect our interests over there. But I mean, they were not working on the ship.
But the destination is from Netherlands to Indonesia.
Jakarta.
Yeah. Jakarta.
They stopped in South Africa. Cape Good Hope, because after 4 months they ran out of water. People were sick eventually, so they went to Cape Town to get fresh water, fresh fruit, vegetables. You know, people who were sick can go on shore, and then and then when everybody is healthy and back again on board, then they move next 4 months along the coast of Australia, so Batavia, the Jakarta of today.
So, like for example, if that ship will be leaving from example in the Netherlands, how long does it take before they reached in Indonesia?
Okay,
Approximate
8 months.
8 months?
8 months. Which is very quick. Originally, they went and they passed along the coast of Africa. So they were always afraid of losing where they were. The navigation means now you look on your phone, you know where you
Yeah,
are.
sure.
Right, I mean, at that time was not possible. So they came along the coast of Africa, South Africa, and all the way up again. That took 1 year, 2 years. And then they went back, that took 8 months. So they thought, what is it possible? And then they found out about the water has currents. You know, the water is moving in one direction. So if you go against that direction, you go slow. So they find another way on the oceans. They first went to Brazil. It's difficult maybe to imagine, but if you imagine, you know, you've got North America, South America, Europe, Australia, Africa, a little bit like this. So they went from the Netherlands to Brazil. Yeah, unbelievable. And Brazil to Africa.
Africa
to Cape Town, and then they from Africa all the way to Australia, and when they saw Australia they went to the north. And that took only 8 months. So the whole trip was decreasing from 3 years to 2 years. Not sometimes even not 2 years, only 16 to 18 months. So it means the money you invest, you get your return on investment much quicker than before.
So why is it called Batavia?
It's a very good question. Batavia is, when we go back in history, about 70 before Christ, the Romans were in this area, a little bit more on the south, the Arnhem and the river the Rhine. And in the north of that were living the Batavs. It was a people called the Batavs.
Okay, Batavia. The group of people.
Group of people, you know, a tribe. We would call them a tribe, right? And those people, they didn't like the Romans, and the Romans didn't like them, so they were fighting to each other. And what happened? The Batavs, knowing, you know, with all water, they were able to beat the Romans. I think the Romans were not so much interested in the land with all the water. But the Batavs, we hit the Romans. We defeated the Romans. Now we go back to this ship. When it was built, we were in war with Spain, which the war was last 80 years. So
exactly. It doesn't lasted 80 years because they had truce.
Break, right? But by calling a city Batavia or a ship Batavia, whatever you call Batavia, you actually say to your enemy, we will win. So it's a heroic name.
So you meant to say the Batavs and the way that they say to their enemy that you lose, or just like how did we call it? They conjugate it, and that's a very Batavia.
You got it, exactly. So that's why it's called Batavia.
You know, just like Asterix and Obelix.
You got it. You got it, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Because earlier I was really asking why is it called Batavia?
It's named after what we call the Batavian myth. I mean, if it's true or not, we don't know. But there's very limited notations from in the time of the Romans about this situation. The Romans were much more interested in the river Rhine as transport means for their troop than this area on the north of the Rhine, which is wet and so on. We beat them.
I see, so that's why.
And that's why everything is called Batavia. I mean, bataviastad or whatever. You think of Batavia, there's some element in that's heroic. Sure. Whether it's the Spanish or the French or the English, it's not important. You're a hero. So if you say to yourself, I'm a Batav, you say, I'm a hero.
Yeah, I see. I get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's confusing.
And that's all for today, and I showed you the beauty of Bataviastad, and we're going home now because we spent a lot of time in Bataviastad. And till next time, and thanks for watching. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and click the notification bell for the new updates. So see you next time. Bye.